Good evening, good evening, good evening. I think we are now live and up and running. Slight technical glitch, but I think we're good now. I think anyway. I guess this is the problem with being a bit of a newbie. These things can happen, but I guess we'll get there eventually. No one's promising the ultimate professional, but certainly someone who's here to have some fun and just enjoy the games. So here we are with Farthest Frontier. So this is what I've called this is episode 3. And it's episode 3 because, funnily enough, there are 2 others. I think they are available on YouTube, but despite putting episode 2 on Twitch for the first time yesterday, I obviously didn't know to click a button to actually make sure it was saved. So 3 hours is on YouTube, but it's not on Twitch yet. But never mind, hopefully this one will go up there, and if not, then I guess I'll click a button before episode 4 and try again. Okay, so to just kind of give you those people who are now joining or first time you've ever seen this, so this is Farthest Frontier. The 2 episodes before, we've gone through, obviously we started tier 1, we completed tier 2 yesterday, and then I decided to call it a night and move forward, so, or save for the night and then come back. So here we are at episode 3. It also allows me to get my bearings a little bit and remember what's what. So here we can see we've got our town centre. This is basically our main residential area for now. A few little bits and pieces in there just up the desirability to get the homesteads that we needed, or to move from shelters to homesteads. We've got the arborist here, good selection of trees, a couple of smoke houses. We've kind of created a second section up here just because I wanted the iron mine, and the iron mine was up here, and I didn't want my residents having to travel all the way to this one and trying to get all the way back. Yes, I could have put a shelter down, but do you know what? Because it's a kind of a set as pacifist mode, nice and just relaxed to have some fun. What I decided to do instead was simply just kind of set up another little village. So here's kind of village 2, which, depending which way you look at it, one of which looks like a scene out of Lord of the Rings or something, going on some trip to Mordor. And if you look somewhere else, it's like the greatest holiday resort looking out over the lake. But there we go. I mean, obviously not the greatest holiday resort, but you know what I mean. So, what are we going to work on today? I think sometimes just catching my bearings and seeing what's what. I know we're alright for food. Just going to have a look at the farms just to see how they're all going. Crop rotation I think is pretty good. Fertility is going up, that's good. They're making food, so no problem at all there. We've got one that's making flax, one that's making barley or rye, whichever one it is, rye. And we've also got one which is making hay. So I think we've got enough for some bread, but not loads. We might reshuffle these, or I might just expand the farms out a little bit maybe. But for the time being, I'm not going to worry too much about farms, just because we're okay for food for the time being. What we are going to do, I think, is explore some of the tier 3 buildings, just for those people who have never played Farthest Frontier before. Might be a nice thing to go along and see, and then we can maybe make our plans of the direction we're going to go at. So we've obviously got the specials, so we've now got the pub, which is again about desirability, a little bit of entertainment, but will help upgrade the town. We've got a theatre, but the theatre obviously has a monthly cost. Housing situation hasn't changed, they'll carry on upgrading as they want to themselves. We've got the new storage facility, which obviously isn't actually a storage facility. What it is, it's to produce barrels, which just helps the longevity of everything. In food production, we've got a cheese maker, so we can obviously tack those on where we've got our cows, so that's a positive. And we've got our preservist as well. The problem with the preservist is you are going to need the bottling facility as well, because otherwise no glass, no preserves. Resources obviously has expanded massively, where we've now got the option for the furniture workshop, the brewery, the foundry. So the foundry is very, very important because it's going to turn all those ores into actual real things, but probably not as important as the blacksmith's forge, because now tools and the special machinery and bits and pieces all come into play, which you're all going to need from the blacksmith's forge is so important for that. We've also got the brickyard, because now people are using bricks to build rather than the traditional wood and stone. The glass maker again, which is also now going to need sand and coal. I think we're sorted for coal, but I didn't worry about sand at the beginning. The paper mill, which might be a good one, because obviously I think we've got a surplus of flax, or we certainly are going to have. And the bookbinder. So maybe the bookbinder we'll do a bit later, but certainly the foundry and bits and pieces we're going to need to think about. And obviously, you know, to try and go and find a gold mine. We've got the iron mine in place, we've got this one, but I know we're going to need sand as well. So yeah, I think there's an awful lot of stuff that we need to do. Defense again, no stress, we're playing in pacifist mode, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Roads we can upgrade, which will go through as we progress through the game. And there's some new decorations, but we've got enough decorations in terms of what we need to move up our desirability for the time being. So all in all, I think there's a few bits and pieces to do, but we're going to start off with our desirability, our kind of industrial section. But what I'm going to do is just take a little tour of the map, see what we've got and where it is, and if nothing else I might just send some people out to explore if we can't find what we're looking for. Something tells me around here is going to be a decent area to find a lot of the things we're after. Don't ask me why, but... And obviously we've got coal coming from here, which is useful. Yeah, so there's still plenty of coal in the coal mine for the time being. So there's that everlasting sand, but the deep sand deposit you can't get until tier 4. So I think what I am going to do is I'm going to really crudely just connect this. Because I want to have something there. Even if it's not ideal. For those of you who are new to this entirely, I'm a little bit OCD in the way I place things. I don't know why, but I just am. So everything's nice straight roads and almost clipped on. So that will at least get that going for the time being. We've got more clay here again, which is useful. I don't think I've seen anywhere for gold yet. I want to see, because I did send them off to explore beforehand when we were looking for iron. I haven't really done a recheck to see what's actually been found. And the answer is not a lot. Okay, so let's set them off to explore again. As I said, I don't know why, but I fancy this area feels quite mountainous. The one I've played before, normally it's a good spot for a lot of the resources in terms of like iron and coal and gold and stuff. exploration anyway. There's another mountain I think here. So let's put some markers around here as well. And by the way, there's probably a far more efficient way to do this than the way I do it, but it works, it gets me the result, so that's okay. Alrighty, so at least we've now got started on sand. I think what I might do is I might pick an area around here just to start having the, you know, kind of the heavy industrial. I don't know why, it just feels like it's far enough away from anything I want to use for the time being. And these things sometimes can spread out a lot, same with Anno. They do tend to sprawl a bit, especially as you get to the later tiers. Or you may need additional ones, so let's just go along and start an area around here, I think. I'm going to put down... Well, let's pop down our brickyard for the time being, because that's going to be vital. The foundry is going to be vital as well. So I'm going to pop that down over here. And if nothing else for the time being, until we go and find our gold ore, at least I can use it to just make iron. And we are going to need heavy tools. So let's also set the production of the blacksmith's forge, because now at least we can make our own. Right, there we go, that'll give them something to keep them busy for a little while. I can stop running at half speed, which will be dull, boring, and yeah, certainly not a lot of fun to watch if you're running at half speed. Okay, so I don't think I need to prioritise any of these for the time being. Brickyard will be good. What I think I'm going to do, because I know last time I played, bricks were kind of needed for everything, and I just worry that that clay mine's going to run out. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is also just put another clay mine down. I kind of planned for it in case I needed to do it. But I think that would be good. We've got plenty of space for new residents anyway. There's space for 70 odd. So no problem at all with that. And by the way, anyone who does stumble across this channel, Farthest Frontier is fantastic. I don't know, colony sim or, you know, resource builder or whatever. But it's certainly a lot of fun to play, and it's a kind of nice and relaxed game you can play, because yeah, you can play it on, you know, crazy mode where you've got bandit raids and animal raids and whatever happening all the time. But it's configurable enough that you can just go along and switch it down and kind of just turn it into almost a kind of sandbox to just build as you want to build. You know, you're still going to have some of the struggles. So it's not just unlimited money and unlimited this. You're going to have the struggles with food. You're going to have the struggles with gold. You're going to have the struggles to actually, you know, produce something that's sustainable. But on the same basis, you're also not going to be being attacked by wolves and bandits every 2 seconds. So yeah, certainly a good fun game to play if you just like to, you know, play nice, relaxed and chilled games without stressing out too much. And yeah, just as I thought, up on the mountain there's gold ore, but I've almost placed money. I'm not going to be able to put anything on top of that. Alright, I'm glad I didn't place too much money on this. I've never ever seen it be able to do this. Normally you end up having to flatten this all down, and the mechanics on the flattening tools aren't brilliant, but just going to build that now and see if I can put a road next to it. This might be the only time where I don't worry too much about getting a straight road. But again, it's probably going to tell me it's too steep coming down. There's another way I can go and put the road off of this. Maybe we'll try going down the other side. That's too steep. Too steep. Too steep. There we go. Let's try there. And there, by the way, yeah, I know I told everyone I'm really OCD about trying to get straight roads, which is, you know, where I say to you, use shift a lot, because shift can be your best friend in this game, especially if you're OCD like me in terms of trying to keep all the roads straight. But when you're putting precarious mines on the top of mountains, sometimes you just have to turn a blind eye to trying to keep everything nice and straight. What's the problem here? Losing fish. Keeping fish in. Let's switch off the ability to keep food in the market. I'm sure they've got a root cellar here somewhere. There you go. Don't keep food here, chuck all in the root cellar. Let's have a look and see what the merchants have. Certainly I know we're going to need some heavy tools and bits and pieces, but then again the game does, hang on, this is a pretty good find. 242. Well, let's transfer some gold because I can at least get one of these. Or let's flog something in the meantime. What I'm doing at the moment is just going along and moving everything over, just because we're going to need some heavy tools. So what I want to do is to grab a couple of them. That will allow me to build the whatever it is, blacksmith or whatever, and that will then allow me to make my own, which is ultimately what you're looking for, to try and be fully sustainable and not rely on anyone. But with cows and certainly with heavy tools as well, you've got to buy them early on before you can actually become sustainable with them. We just need that gold to be transferred, which hopefully will appear shortly. Delona might need a hand. There we go. Let's put the second person in there as well. Come on, Delona, get a wriggle on. We've got 11 days until this trader goes. It'll be idle if you haven't moved the gold yet. Just make sure. And move everything over to the trading post. Come on, Delona. 6, 5, 4, come on. There we go, just in time. So let's buy one more of those. I'd like to have bought, I think, 3 total, but 2 will hopefully do it. Unless, of course, I can sell something. No. What about Trader 2? Can we sell anything here? Not selling shoes that cheap, but I really thought it was going to turn into a math lesson to work out if I can do it. Tell you what, let's just sell. No, okay. Nope, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to sell at cheap rate just to get another thing that potentially I'm not going to need anyway. So what I do want to do is pause the game and just prioritise. Blacksmith, I think. Let's just have a quick look. It's not the foundry we want, it's the blacksmith. Yeah. So hopefully, you never know, but in theory, if I prioritise that, this is what will get the first heavy tool. I think there's only two things that's calling out for it anyway with the heavy machinery, which is this one and this one. But sometimes if they're already on the way with it, even if you prioritise it, they'll still take it where you didn't necessarily want it to go. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. But we're hoping the need for the heavy tool is going to vanish. I'm not going to stress about this, we've got plenty of residents, we've got plenty of water, so it shouldn't be a problem. Come on, move that requirement. Magically they're all racing to try and build the brickyard. The one thing that I haven't even prioritised, but who knows? Farthest Frontier logic, I guess. Sure, we're going to find someone working on it. 5 people working on it. There we go. Okay, cool. So the heavy machinery bit's done. Obviously it's going to take a while because it's got to get the gold anyway, and we're only making 33 a month. We will obviously try and trade up shortly, but there's no traders in at the moment. But the nice part is we've started the industry now, so the sand mine is in. So at least we're now gathering some amount of sand. The second clay mine is being built, which is great news. The brickyard's being built, so again, that's handy, and hopefully go up on the top of the mountain. At some point they're going to get round to building this. Also looking forward to turning all of these dirt tracks into proper roads. But I don't want to go too crazy using all the stone yet, until at least I know we're on the verge or getting towards level 4, just because I think we've cleared away much of the stone from our original starting place. And it's not until tier 4 where you can start hitting the unlimited mines. Food's still okay, that's not a problem. 6-3, I mean, I hate the fact that I've got some of it spoiling, but I think until I start getting the main industry up and running, which includes obviously the sand pit, because we need the sand for the bottling place as well. But yeah, I think there's just a bit of a slog to get these bits and pieces built. But nice thing is we're not trying to speedrun this game, so it's not always necessarily about speed, and that's the whole point of relaxed fun gaming. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. We completed this game in 30 minutes. We got to tier 4 in 30 minutes. It'd be pretty dull. Just having a look and seeing what we've discovered, if there's anything new around. A lot of clay on this map, I think, so far, which is always handy, and also a lot of willow. This may well give me the plan to turn it into baskets being like the major export will do. Let's have a look, and there we go again, up on the mountain. I think that's unlimited stone. Lots and lots and lots of iron. If we struggle for iron later on, I know we're going to have to do something with this, but what the something is I don't know, because this feels like it would take, I don't know, an awful lot of clicking to flatten this mountain. unless of course we can perch random mines up on the top. Oh, hang on, I've forgotten to say the YouTuber phrase. God, what is going on with me? If you are seeing this video, please feel free to drop a comment or like and share or even subscribe. As I said, on this channel, the idea is to play just fun games, nice and chilled stuff. But we're going to be playing the games I like to play. So, big fan of colony sims. So, Farthest Frontier, obviously, I decided to start with just because I haven't played it for a while. Have been playing RimWorld recently, so I think I'm going to do some kind of RimWorld series as well. Anno, I think I'll have a go at, because again, I don't think you can really get into colony sims and building sims without having a look at Anno or playing Anno. And the other one I want to go along and do is Kenshi. I've got a lot of hours in Kenshi, or have had a lot of hours in Kenshi, but haven't been back to it for a few months, and I think that'll be a fun thing to do. No idea what I'm going to do, and no idea what the scenarios I'm going to do, or if I'm going to use mods or what have you. But yeah, I think we'll have a fun series on Kenshi. It's just you never know with Kenshi, it could end up being, one episode and limbs are removed and he's left to die, or it could be a 57 episode epic of getting one guy, taking him on travels and conquests until he goes along and takes over. Well, I was going to say takes over Kenshi. You can never take over Kenshi, but yeah, certainly defeats the major bosses. But who knows what we'll do with that? Maybe we'll build a mega army or just create a huge drug farm and see how much money we can amass. I'm also going to play, I think, Big Ambitions and maybe Startup Company as well. Again, nice fun, management based sims, but yeah, just fun to play, and hopefully you'll go along and find a couple of games. So if you do like SimCity and Age of Empires and things like that, to be able to have a nice look at Farthest Frontier, have a little look at Anno if you haven't played it before, or RimWorld. I was kind of, I played a lot of Kenshi, and Steam was recommending, you need RimWorld, but I was quite put off by the kind of cartoony type graphics, because it did look, I don't know, odd. However, when I played it, I realised why everyone raves about it. Certainly what's the best way to put it? An original game. But yeah, a lot of fun. So here we can see we've got a bit of spoilage, but nothing too horrendous. What I'll do at some point, I think, is to, in fact, let's maybe pop him down now, just because hopefully it'll help with the storage to put some barrels down. And we are shortly going to be having iron rather than just iron ore. When I say shortly, we've still got 102 gold to pay, but it's moving relatively quickly, so that's alright. Stone's going to go through, so yeah, we should be good with this. Someone with scurvy shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, isn't it crazy, right? So here we go, we've got someone who needs more fruits and vegetables, and we're now reading to say here vegetables, crazy as it sounds, right from here, are decaying because they're not being used. I don't know who the person is here, but I think they need to get their steps up. Oh well, if you've got your steps up and just wandered over to the root cellar here, look, vegetables, fruits. This one, let me guess, vegetables, and this one as well. There we go, we've got fruit at that one as well. Sorry, oh well, you need to get off your butt and go and actually get your food. Surprised everything's taking so long. I think at the moment We just need a bigger population. There we go, there's the problem, is because we haven't got enough builders. Let's increase this and take away some of the labourers. So there we go, let's try and put 10 builders in. See what impact it has. We certainly, you know, the crazy part is we've got space for 50 more, and I can expand the farms whenever I want to. So I don't think the food's going to be a problem either. Should be done relatively quickly. Let's just have a look and see if there's any stone around here. For those of you who don't know about this, if you use harvest, you can just go along and pick the stuff that you actually want to harvest. So because I want to harvest stones, it saves you, especially when it's winter and things, and you think, yeah, I can't, you know, you're scurrying around to try and find where the stones are. If you just select stones and then drag it out over to a decent area, I mean, obviously what I don't want them doing is I don't want them travelling them too far from our, like, central base. There's a couple of really good stone deposits, and let's just go and pick up over here as well. There we go. And there. Well, that should sort the lack of stone issue. Admittedly, we still need more people, but people will come. It's like Field of Dreams. If you build the houses, if you build it, they will come. So all we've got to do is play a little bit of a waiting game, just waiting for the new residents to arrive, or to be born, or to graduate. Nowadays we've got the foundry, so that's bricks that we can produce, which is great news. What I am going to do is I'm going to put a well down here as well, because the thing is, when you play so many like building sims, and you know, you almost kind of get a little bit, I don't know, muddled, jumbled, whatever. But I don't like not having a well around here, just because I think if there's any place that's going to set on fire, other than the bakeries, I think these are probably great candidates. So to have a well there, I think would be pretty useful. And who cares if it's one too many well. Or one too many wells. It's always nice in this game to just kind of go back and see how everything's getting on, because yeah, sometimes you might, you know, it will notify you with a red mark that there's a problem, but sometimes, you know, it's not quite to the point of the red mark, and you can head it off before it becomes actually a red markable problem coming up. Okay, so let's see, that's another thing that I really want to get going as well, pottery. We haven't thought about this yet. And a lot of the merchants coming in do like pottery. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to flog the clothes. And I'm only going to flog them, it's not because it's a great price, but just because I want to get stuff moving in the village. And hopefully that will be enough. And now at least we can start producing our own gold. Or we will be eventually, because we should have the mine on its way to being built, if it's not already. There we go, so that's not too far off being built. It is going to be a little bit of a trek. I suppose I could put them around the other side, but there we go. They're going to have to cross the lake somehow, so let's also just go and have a quick look at our farm as well, just because it's another thing that you want to watch out for. So if you do see the birth rate going red, for me that's an indicator to say you need a few more people working on the farm. So, and you can see here it will now go green. I would go along and fill it up if I knew I definitely had loads and loads and loads of spare colonists, but I don't at the moment. We're quite tight for them, so I'd rather just go along and keep it minimal. But this will be up at 2 per year shortly, which is obviously good. We can hurry up and get to the population of 10, and I think when we upgrade it, I think it's a tier 4 upgrade where it'll then hold 20, which is also good. everything's good tonight. There you go. I suppose that's the whole point of the channel. Everything's good, everything's fun. Nothing's too stressful. Just see what Trader 2's got in case we can cross trade. Not selling anything we want particularly cheap. Unless I've missed something. What's this? Crossbows. How about cheap crossbows? Nope. What can I buy cheap? Iron. Do you know what? I might just take that. I know I should probably buy the sensible thing of more tools, but I don't know why. I just think that's going to help out and speed up later on. And the other thing that we'll start doing later on as well is just buying random stuff. And we'll buy random stuff just because if we can buy it when it's on double red down, generally you'll be able to pump it out and use that as another way to make money, because waiting each month to make 33 is not brilliant. Obviously that's going to go up as the game progresses, but this is a fantastic way to make money as well. But let's go along and do that so we've got some iron just while everything's building up. Now hopefully nothing going to stop me too much at my new industrial area. Now all the wells are going to flash to be upgraded because obviously I've now got iron. I think I'm too fussed about this, but we will start to upgrade everything as we move forward. So let's go along and get brickyard going. Foundry, yeah, this is good, and obviously now this will be our own iron production, which will be good. Don't know how much iron ore we're making. Got one mine, so it might be worth chucking an extra couple of people in the mine as well. But I think by doing this we're going to get some warnings telling me we're going to run out of people. So let's just pop over to our iron mine and get some more workers in there. Don't think you ever get an upgrade for an iron mine, because the next thing is to hit the deep iron deposits. But at least we've got 24,000, so that's certainly not going to run out for a little while. I don't know how gold on is 5,000, so again, let's try and increase a few in here. I have yeah, the labourers obviously are going to go right down, but we should be okay for the time being. What I can go and do is just upgrade some of the wells, but I only really want to hit the ones that are serving lots of people. Go on my main residential area. What do we need for this? Is it even worth doing? 500 gold. I guess it's going to go along and increase the circumference for the desirability, but yeah, whatever. By the way, if anyone is live watching right now, do feel free to drop onto chat and say hi. I know it feels like I'm talking to myself a lot of the time, but I guess that's the perils of a new streamer. New streamer, no community yet, so anyone want to say hi? Be good to have some kind of interaction. Otherwise I'll just keep feeling like I'm going mental and talking to myself. Right, and let's upgrade that one as well. So I know we're going to be struggling for gold for a little while, but it keeps them busy, doesn't it? Stone I know is not going to be a problem. The brick won't be a problem now. I might just spend a little bit of time just looking at the farms and making sure these are as I need them to be. So let's just have a quick recap on these farms. I'm just going to have to math these out a little bit. So for those of you who haven't played Farthest Frontier before, farms are a really important part of the game, just because they're a brilliant resource for food and flax and various other bits and pieces that you need for, you know, animal feed and stuff. But what you've got to be careful of is, I think the first time I played this, it was like, yeah, chuck down wheat and this and whatever, and it was great, and then the fertility went right down and then nothing grew. So what the idea is that you try and just balance it. So you don't obviously want weeds, you don't want rocks, but you do want the fertility up high. So if you just have a look through, so, you know, I think that there's always a, you know, this one's better with frost, or this one's better with heat, or this one's better with rocks. But the way I generally play is I kind of almost fix the fields at the beginning. So we get rid of the weeds, we get rid of the rocks, so I don't have to worry about that. So the only thing I'm really watching for is the fertility of them. So if you have a look here, you'll see on the statistics, and you can see this is a +1% for fertility. So when you go through and you're working everything out over a 3-year cycle, you kind of almost play the count. So that's a +1. The buckwheat, I think that is a -1. So we know this one, that's a +1, that's a -1. Whatever this is, turnips is a -2. The peas are a +1, so that's net -1 at this one. However, the clover is awesome for fertility. So you've got a -2, a +1 and a +3. So these ones are now +2. That's +3 or +1, so 2 + 1 is 3 plus another 3. So this is a +6 overall. So this is awesome. However, I think we've got 2 windmills. I know I've seen them a little bit out of stock recently. So what I'm going to do is to kill this crop and replace it with wheat. And I think it's going to turn my overall down to a -1, but I can live with -1. And if I need to, once the weeds vanish from here, I'll go along and take away the buckwheat, because the buckwheat, whilst it's not great for fertility, it's brilliant for getting rid of the weeds. But I can always just go along and tweak this a little bit. But what I do want to do is just to make sure that we've got enough to keep our windmills nicely stocked, and that will also turn into bread. So I'm happy with that field. Let's just have a quick look at this one and see what we've got. So again, same operation. So that's a +3, that's a +4. We probably don't need that guy doing anything, or guy, girl, whatever. But que sera, sera. He's there, and I guess it's probably because I didn't have anything else to just fit into that slot. I can't remember what the flax is. It's a -2, so we've got +4, -2, so we've got net 2, net 5. This one I think is a -1, so 4, and this I know is a -5. So again, it's another field on -1, but it's not the end of the world. We also do have a composting heap over here, so that will also get topped up. And, you know, to be fair, 87%, even if it comes down 1% each year, it will get composted at some point, and that will top it back up. And if we have a quick look at this one, let's see what we've got here. -1, -2, that's +6, so +4, +2, and this one's level. So again, negated, but we've got these 2 crops in here, and to be fair, these are really designed for getting rid of weeds that we don't need. So I think I'm going to replace these 2 with some vegetables. So let's get rid of this one, let's get rid of this one, and then we'll add some vegetables in here. And I think the other thing that we should probably do is potentially to, so hang on, that's a +1, -1 vegetable somewhere, -4, -5. I tell you what, let's set that one as effectively a net -1. Again, it doesn't matter because it's going to get topped up. So yeah, if all of them are all sitting as -1s, it shouldn't be the end of the world. The other thing you want to do when you're deciding on your crop rotation is to try and have different classes and different types as you go through. And the reason being that if you do end up with an infestation of something, whether or not there's, you know, root rot or whatever the next term is, you can go along and it will basically take care of itself, because the disease then won't impact the next plants, or the next crop, so you should be okay. Right, so let's expand this, because I think now we've got something that's working relatively well. Now we're going to turn these into 5x20s. I'm sure someone's going to tell me it's really inefficient to do that, just because the amount of distance that they have to walk, but yeah, there we go. We want to accept these, especially if we're now going to need more workers for these farms. By the way, if there's any Farthest Frontier experts, tell me whether or not I should really be paying too much attention to this. I know you can get the bonus, but ultimately, because the crops change and the soil mixture changes, should you just aim to try and get everything in the middle, do you reckon? Just as a sensible thing to do? Obviously, I think that one's obviously a little bit low. Let's move it up a bit, just because I know we've got some sand coming. And let's see if that makes a massive difference. And then the last thing we're obviously going to do is expand this field as well. Let's expand that another 5x10. So that turns that one into a 20x5. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. And let's move that mixture. Anything that really needs at the other end? Not that far anyway. Let's move it up a bit. And let's expand that field. So now I think we are going to have plenty of all crops. I certainly think that food problems for the time being are certainly not going to be something we need to stress too much about. Yeah. Well, certainly not for a little while. I suppose if we need to, I can always put another fisherman here as well. We've got plenty of fishing space. Huge lake here. We can also start upping our trading game. What's the problem here? We've got no trees. What we will do though is let's do this upgrade. And the reason that you want to do this upgrade is just because once you get to this next level, what they'll start doing is planting as well. So it almost starts to make sustainable areas. You know, I'm not talking about eco credentials of a game, but it certainly stops you having to keep worrying about setting this build circle or the search circle or whatever, because you can get them to just replant at the same time. So let's go and find our other one as well. And in the meantime, let's just change this just for the time being. Let's pop them in there. That's like a decent area to get. And then once that's upgraded, we'll be able to set them to be more sustainable, and then you don't have to micromanage that anymore. And here's the other one. Oh, their area is all good. But we can't upgrade now because we need iron. Just going to go and wander over and see how the iron mine's getting on. Whether or not it's doing what it needs to do. We've obviously we're now producing our own heavy tools and our own tools as well. So that's a really good positive. The foundry is now producing our own iron. So again, very good. And the gold ore is making the massive trek from one place to another, so again, all positive right now. I hate seeing red anywhere. Work area is empty, there's no stones, but I don't care, we've got plenty of people up on the stones anyway. So what I will do is just to set it over to say, yeah, don't worry about collecting stones, let's just focus on trees for the time being. And then at least we lose the red circles. Is this the ones to upgrade? Firewood splitter. I'll tell you what, I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to do the other one first, just because there's more population down by this one. I think it's over here. There we go. I don't know what the upgrade's going to do, but normally it's more employee slots, or they're going to work faster, or mechanised bits and pieces just work more efficiently, and it'll be the same as the saw pit. It's just the difference is we need iron, we need bricks. Heavy tools are not a problem, but gold is for the time being. It's only because I decided to keep upgrading all the wells, and that's skint me out for the moment. By the way, don't anyone be shy, do feel free to pop a comment or say hi, or there we go. I've got no idea what's going to appear back, if anything, but I guess somebody has to say hi, right? Start the conversation. Fletcher building I'm not too fussed about upgrading. Again, I've got this on pacifist mode, so we're not worrying too much about fighting, and the only reason we're creating bows is, or arrows, it's just for hunting. So that's not too much of a big deal. I think we'll get through this winter, and then we're going to start on some of the other bits and pieces. We certainly want to get the pottery done, and what I might do is I might put 2 of those up, because I think that's going to be my source of cash, that and maybe basket weaving. That's actually, there's probably a fast way to do this, and I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't remember how it is. Anyone who plays this game a lot, do feel free to drop a comment. Is there a fast way to find the right building that you want? Just because what I end up doing is having to click around everywhere just to find the one I want, and it's obviously a lot done by memory, which is fine when you've got a handful of buildings, but once you start to get tier 3 and tier 4, obviously you end up with an awful lot of buildings. And yes, I'm sure I can zoom in and go and have a look around, but if anyone knows how to do that, do feel free to drop it in chat, because that would be really handy. And we've got plenty of stone as well, so what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start upgrading some of these roads. But what I'm going to do is to do the ones that are going to like my industry spaces, because hopefully that will, these will be some of the most used roads. And if nothing else, it'll make everything look a little bit prettier. I'm going to do all this, and then the next thing is going to be I'm going to be out of stone. I'm going to have to travel like miles to get it, but let's have a look. I don't even want to see who's with Scurvy. Let me guess, he probably is a greengrocer or something working right next to the shop. Okay, so let's see what we've got. There we go. Again, that pains me a little bit. I hate selling at double reds down. You want to be buying everything at double red down and selling everything at this rate. So I'll tell you what, let's it looks like we've got a lot of soap. I know we've got at least 3 hunter cabins, so I don't think we're going to be running out of soap anytime soon. So why don't we actually set this as something that we will start to sell. So let's keep this in stock. I don't think I'm going to go for anything major, but I think maybe just like 50. Again, just a great way to top up your gold. So let's pop 50 of these in, and especially as you're getting started as well on trading, that's always really, really handy. And look, we've manufactured our first 100 gold. Amazing. So this now will hopefully be the beginning of not having to worry too much about gold. Obviously when you go on like major upgrades and things, and the gold can go really, really quickly, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, let's see what else we want to do. Clay I don't want to do. I hate selling just like natural resources or like main resources, because you end up with a surplus and then go, right, okay, let's get rid of it. And then the next thing is like 10 minutes later you're stressing out because you haven't got any. Honey I think can go, so let's start making that something we'll sell. Again, nothing major at the beginning, just 50, but it's nice to have. This I was quite keen to check on because obviously we've just gone and created 2 more, or filled out both the basket shops with additional people to start the production of these a little bit faster. So let's also change this from 25. Let's flip this up to 50, shall we? But I'm still not going to sell at 12. If I was desperate, I'd do it, but it's not the plan right now. And let's also go along and set up our pottery industry, shall we? Which is wherever it is. Didn't think it was a tier 3, but it might be a tier 3. No, it's not a tier 3 because these are bottles and paper, so it'll be one of these ones here. There he is. And he's one of the ones that, no one really cares where he is. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put... Can I put 2 here? Yeah. Let's put 2 here. And then we can try and properly ramp up the production. And then that will be our, I don't know. It sounds so corporate if I had to call it our major export, but yeah, that'll be the thing that we're going to try and shift. And let's also actually make some cash. Is there anything I can buy cheap? I can, but I'm already getting our own, so I'm not too stressed about that. But we will sell this. So look, we've at least now got a little bit of a trading pot. Not planning on selling anything else. Nah, that'll do for the time being. Thank you, trader. You've done what we needed to do. Another animal's been born. Let's just see what we're up to. I think we're up to 8 in the farm now, maybe 9. There we go, 8. What I'm going to do is just check and see if I change the staff from 4 to 6, whether or not I can move the birth rate up to 2 a year. No, I don't think it does. But I think it's either at 9 or at 10, but certainly not too far off. We'll have that producing 2 cows a year. Maybe what I'll also do is just pop the cheesemaker down as well. Feels like a good thing to do, or a good time to do it. If I can remember where he is. He's probably under food production then, dickhead. Right, there's the cheesemaker. For a service building we'll do once we worry about making glass. Pop him down here, and let's run the road further down here just to give us the place where we can always build to as we go on. Okay, so the farm's now expanded, which is awesome. I did also forget to think about the fact that we've expanded the farm, we're going to get the weeds again. It's almost like, yeah, we just fixed it and now we've got to go and fix it again. I'm going to go and have a look at that again. Gives us something fun to do. Now look, we're going to get 14 from this trader as well. Come on, Ennet and Delona. Hurry up and get these restocked and we can make another 700 gold. I think I might as well flog these as well. I'm sure I've now increased the people working at the cobblers. Now I'm sure there's a chance for a chat there as well. Did you really? No, I'm talking cobblers. Okay. Honestly, I think if anyone could now watch and go, oh look, you got a guy sitting there chatting away to himself, telling himself jokes and making himself laugh, they'd say I've gone mental. Or maybe more mental. Right, come on, let's get the soap delivery. We've got plenty of time to get it there, they're not in any rush to go. I think that just dropped down massively, so I would say it's en route. Anything that we can buy at cheap. No. No. Atka of the Iron Clan obviously knows the value of things. I mean, not soap, but other stuff. I'm a bit worried that the soap just seems to be going down and down and down. But there we go. It's like almost talk about it and it shall happen. Why are they taking so long to come and stop this? There was me saying I've got plenty and plenty of time. The next thing is suddenly 50 days has quickly become 30 days. How far down does that? There we go. Right. Let's get that gone. And then what I am going to do is I'm also going to just go and check on the soap making place. I don't know what the terminology is. I'm sure there is one. I'll have to go back and rewatch Fight Club at some point to work out what they call people who make soap. Right. That should hopefully resolve that. And I guess, you know, I didn't actually realise the number's that low. I'm going to make 25, but I think we've got plenty of tallow. So let's double up on that. Let's start that production going as well. And then we can become major exporters and not have to stress over money for a while. Right, let's go and see these farms and decide what we're going to do with them. After we so carefully balance them and then realise, nope, that's not quite going to work. What else have we got? Another one with a load of weeds. And another one with a load of weeds. So that's going to deal with the weeds, I think, on this one. Maybe what we'll do is accept that bread for a little while is not going to be there, and we'll use these spots. Yeah, if I keep this one, then what I'm going to do let's stock carrots and peas, beans, whatever for a little while, and let's use that to just get rid of the weeds. That will do that one. What have we got here that I can go and clear out? Reluctant to just go along and just create a mass exodus on vegetables, just because I think we do need them. Maybe what I'll do is work on kind of one farm at a go. So we're working on the left farm for the time being. Well, then we'll move over. So once this one, we get the weeds down a little bit. I'd love to be able to get the guy, the labourer in here, but he's not going to fit, unfortunately. I'll tell you what, let's take that out, plop them in twice, and see how quickly it works. I'm sure. Does it say in here about they go along and take out weeds as well? Chance to remove weeds. So yeah, hopefully this will go along and do the job, but we'll keep an eye on that, and once we get that one down we can then change that, put that back to vegetables, and then we'll work on farm 2 and farm 3 as we see them. Still having some spoilage, so we'll put a Cooper in as well. I think there's lots of promises to do. Oh yeah, we should do this, and we should do this, and we should do this. I think I keep getting sidetracked, so not too fussed about this at the moment. I don't care about upgrading these yet. We'll come to these as and when time is right. What I want to do is to kind of make everything sustainable and move it forward to tier 3. So what I am going to do is I'm going to preempt that we're going to have loads of cash. And what tends to happen, and you know, someone might be sitting there screaming and going, well, hang on a second, you're not playing a game with bandit raids and things like that. What the hell do you want a vault for? And the reason being that if you don't put your gold in a vault, it goes into the storehouses. And as you start to pick up, because you know, once the game starts to progress and you're picking up a decent amount of gold, before you know it, all your storehouses are full and they're literally just harbouring gold. So to get a vault down really good, it will stop the gold going into the storehouses, and I think the vault will hold like 25,000 before it shows any signs of creaking. So that's a nice tip for those people who like to just play the nice relaxed game. You think you don't need a vault, but actually it's really useful for storage. Okay, what else do we want to do? Granary we've got, that's fine. The vault we've got, that's fine. The wagon shop we've got, that's fine. Yes, we might need more of them, but not right now. The arborist we've got, that's fine. The cheesemaker, I think now will be... Okay, we're working on it, so that's fine. The preservist building, there's no point doing until we get the glassmaker. Furniture workshop. Is it worth having one of these yet? I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm going to put one in. Okay. I couldn't remember whether the furniture workshop was one that they despise having anywhere near them or not. So let's go and pop this down here. So we've at least got a furniture workshop going in. So again, we're not planning it on an export at the moment, but at least they'll go along and supply it to the markets. And I think when you look at these, a lot of the times, you know, these needy colonists will suddenly change what they're looking for. And you can see here it's things like pottery that they're now after, and sometimes you can see it in here as well that they'll go along and ask for furniture. There you go, luxury goods. So potters, candles, glass makers and furniture. But we know we've got the pottery going up, or in theory. Let's start to ramp up that a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do is to put some more houses in as well, because yeah, I know I've still got space for another 30, but I never like to get too close to capacity. And it also then stops it if you're in the middle of doing something where you're trying to build something else in your village, and then you have to stop because suddenly there's a big urgency for houses. Yeah, it's like playing on my terms rather than what the game's instructed me to do. So there we go, that closes that off quite nicely. What I probably want to try and do is to put some kind of entertainment in here, just because it's then going to cover certainly a wide-ish area. We've got a market in here which again has got a decent area, and as we start to get more bricks we'll also be able to upgrade the market, which will I think it increases the circumference and also the amount we make from it. So yeah, so maybe I'll save something here, but we can certainly put some more houses in here. Maybe we'll put another road down just to kind of block it off and make that 3 wide scenario, which is kind of in keeping with how we've got this map right now. So let's see what else we can do. Let's put the road in. Let's put a little space just there by the side of it so we don't want that road all there. go straight through here? I think so. Let's see if there's anything blocking us. So now that gives us a bit of an outline where we can decide where we want to put our houses. I think the only thing, they're not going to stress about the work camp, but they are going to stress about the compost yard, but I don't think it'll impact this far out. So I don't know for certain, but we'll see. And that also gives me the reminder. This is the fun thing about this game, you kind of see one thing and then suddenly it's like, hang on, I've still got to do that, and I've still got to do that, and I've still got to do that. It's amazing to get sidetracked, but you know, the good thing is that when you're playing kind of in pacifist mode, you're not stressing about, well, hang on, we've got to quickly build a fence, or we've got to worry about towers or anything else. We can just carry on with the build and grow the colony as we see fit. So let's try and fill this area with some houses. It'll also give us a bit of wood because they're going to have to take this away, and it'll tidy things up a little bit. Right. So where's our road? There it is. Just leave a little bit of space. And start it from the bottom. Just going to find where that road goes. So there it is. There's that one. So if we go one across and one up, there you go. There's a good marker for where we'll go from there. There's the road. God, I can't wait for them to take away some of these trees. This is really difficult to navigate. I mean, I say it's really difficult, it's not that difficult, but it is if you're trying to keep it neat and tidy. There we go. I think that's close to keeping with this, where we've got 2 blocks and then a gap and then 2 blocks and then a gap. Just because, you know, what you can do is you can then go along and either put roads down if you want to, but more likely what I'm going to do is put gardens in there, just because it's a good way to get these all upgraded. So what do we think? Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea to have some kind of central something in here. Let's just have a look and see what we've got, which will increase desirability. Pub's not a bad shout. Apothecary shop. So yeah, we'll drop that in at some point for medicine, but again, I'm in no rush, and it still needs the glass maker as well. And I could put the theatre in, but I don't like the monthly cost, especially when we're only making 33 a month. So let's go along and just put the pub in. I think that's a good little building to have there, and it's good desirability for everyone else. It's now going to probably bitch at me that I need beer making facilities, but again, we're going to have the rye or wheat or whatever it is. So yeah, we'll put that together. Flour we know is going to be an issue, and we know it's going to be an issue because if you go to the windmills, it's not they're not making the thing, it's the fact that we need grain, and in order to get grain we need these fields to sort themselves out. Hopefully we'll have a relatively decent yield of grain, but it's also going to create more weeds. We've obviously got a decent resilience to rockiness, but I don't know how well it's going to go. We'll just have to wait and see, but hopefully we'll get a decent yield. That will fix some of the problems. It's milk again. Why are we struggling so much actually getting brick? What's the problem with it? We upgrade the hunter cabin. Let's upgrade him. Right, what's the problem and why are we not getting any brick? It's not to do with clay, so I'm guessing it's just to do with how long it's taken them to make brick. Go and have a look at all of the people working in there. They're all going to have tools, because otherwise it would have told me. Maybe we're just going to pop another brickyard down. Why not? Yeah. There we go. What about on the other side of the road? I should do it. There we go. That looks much cleaner now, doesn't it? Just out of curiosity, going to have a look. I'm not going for this yet. What do I actually need? So I do know I'm going to need a theatre at some point. A trading centre. Forgot all about that. What's this up? Can't tell me it doesn't meet the... Oh, hang on, here we go. What do we need again? Bricks and gold. So yeah, so I think it's going to be important to get the second brickyard down, so let's prioritise this, shall we? Send me some workers. It's always nice, I keep getting distracted here and going, hang on a second, how did that read? Because it read a minute ago 136, but every couple of months I'm guessing they're hauling the gold ore from up in the mountains down to our foundry and forging it into gold. No, not going to do the well yet. No, hang on. The restriction on this is why I wasn't doing them, is because we need gold, but we've got gold now. Let's get both of those going. To be fair, I'm not actually that fussed about upgrading them. I just keep seeing the gold arrows, because you just think, well, yeah, I know this can be so much more efficient. There we go, another one. And then the next thing I'm going to be bitching that I've got no gold again. Oh well. I guess we're also doing alright on iron. Nope. Oh well. And not only that, I've probably just burnt through it all as well. Yeah, mental note, next time before you click upgrade, go and check that you actually are alright with the resources you need. You get. $35 a year. There's 6 of you. Come on, you amazing colonists. These must be twins. Osman and Samar. All twins with a 9-year age gap. What do you think we do next? I think, to be fair, what I need to do is just calm down a little bit. Only because I keep seeing all these buildings now. They're all waiting on something. I hate seeing the reds. Why is it spoiling me 65 milk? Why don't they go and take it somewhere? Already fully stocked. No, there's no milk. What the hell are these people doing? They're milking the cows. And then not taking the milk anywhere. Oh no, we did, well, hang on a second, the 168, that's probably still at the farm. maybe what we need to do is to stop stressing about that. Let's just get the cheese maker done. There we go. Good, he's got all his resources. This will actually at least increase this issue. Or increase the issue, fix the issue. Because now they can go and get the milk from the barn. There we go, let's put 4 of them in there. And then they can turn it into cheese, and I'm sure cheese has got a far longer shelf life than milk. Brain of Britain right here. By the way, do feel free if anyone's got any grand ideas of, yeah, here's a really good way to build a community, or here's a great way to go along and get people at least listening. Here's the thing, I don't care if everyone thinks that, you know, I'm some kind of plum and no one's got any interest, but it's difficult to work out how much of a plum I truly am if we don't get people having a listen in the first place. So do feel free to comment away. Honestly, I will not take offence. I'm very thick-skinned in terms of the feedback that people have got. And I don't consider negative feedback to be a bad thing. I consider it to be a great learning opportunity. Nothing but positivity in terms of the way I operate and the way I think. So yeah, even if you tell me that, you know, you can't bear me droning on or whatever, I can always apply a voice changer or do something, right? Or if you go along and decide it's too impersonal, that I haven't got an extra part on OBS showing my webcam or something, then we can always go along and look at that. Or at least I can spend the time to try and work out what the hell I'm doing in terms of backgrounds and stuff, otherwise all you end up doing is seeing a really dull whiteboard behind me. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So now we've at least got our potter, so that's really good. We're going to set that transfer up, and I think 50 is a decent amount again. Hopefully we'll start increasing towards 100 as we move through. Still not selling sheep, I don't believe in it, so unlucky. The only other thing that I am a little bit stressed about, or not stressed, but a smidge concerned about, is our food. So I might have to just calm down a little bit and focus on just ensuring that these farms are done properly. Because seeing this red here, it's all fun and games and relaxed and no worries, until the next thing is suddenly it's like, well, hang on a second, this is impacting our food. So I don't know why they're not smoking fish either. This is probably why we've got more food spoilage. There's a bit of sand there as well. This one is now for animal feed. How's it looking? The wheat. Oh, hang on, but we haven't run the weed run yet either. So that one's at least on the way. This one is now going to produce all this barley rye thing, which is going to be useful, but we haven't worried too much about dealing with the weeds on this farm yet. Or this one. We obviously had on the first half, but now we've increased the size of the farm, we've doubled the problem. So let's just keep calm a little bit. Not get too carried away with too many new things we're going to develop. I think this is the first upgrade. I think this is the one to go homestead to small house. Is it small house or large house that I think follows? No, that's the school. And the healer's house, obviously at some point we're going to need to upgrade. Because until we can do that, we can't get the theatre, and if we don't get the theatre, we can't get a level 4. See if this guy's got anything we need. Definitely don't need any more cows. We've got cheese, we're on to that. Wood we're good for. Shoes we're making our own. And the food, I'm not going to panic. However, what I am going to do is just have a quick look in case there's a couple of little crossovers we can do here. Not selling cheap baskets just because you want to buy them. No, I don't think there's anything here that we're going to buy cheap. We can buy logs, but I don't think this person's looking at or interested in logs. Animal pelts at 12. Can we buy cheap animal pelts? Nope. So yeah, I think we're going to let it run for the moment. What's the offer of an upgrade here? Fletcher building? No. We've got arrows, we're good. Don't need anything else right now. And now it's the concern, so here we go. So now we don't have iron, despite the fact I think we've got 4 little meeps working in the iron mine. No, we've got 6 working in the iron mine. What do you think? Let's increase this to 8, shall we, chat? Right, let's put down a couple more shelters. God, this is freaking me out a little bit just because so much other stuff on the same site that can't quite build these as I like to build them. This is just going to have to be a bit of a sporadic one. OCD is going to have to just be put on hold for the time being. And I suppose this is another good thing I can do. I've got all this space up here. Maybe I'll just go and increase the shelter around here. Put some gardens in. I'm sure I can get these to upgrade. And if not, even if they only stay as shelters, it's still worth 4 extra on the population for each one. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to just do that and put these in anyway. So we'll have one there, put a gap and that one there. Same here. And yeah, we can match that down the other side as well. Nice. Well, I think that will certainly do the job to help with the keep the population at bay, or at least keep the population availability for the time being. It can't provide any entertainment, let me guess, because it needs beer. You know what would be great when we start to build this community, because once we build the community I can have other people going along and warning me going, Nick, you do know there's only 1 month's worth of food there. "17 days. No, not going to sell anything. We're going to let them go. This is only animal feed, so that's not that great. Oh, hang on a second, this will make a big difference. What have we got? 1300. So I think that will be good. Let's just hope that we don't end up diseased or anything else like that, or you know, some drought or frost or something. And this one as well, look, here we go, we've got 1300 that's just been harvested. So here we go. This at least should start to make the flour. Oh no, here we go. What did I say? I knew this was going to happen. Sure, I just saw the marker for the drought. No, maybe it's going to let me off. Right. That's going to be a problem. Let's put that one up, just because we need to get that bread being produced. We've got a reasonable amount of stone, so I'll start to upgrade roads as well at some point. Hopefully we've got these being produced, so we should have some heavy tools, but apparently not. Let's go and see what's happening in my little industrial area up here. Should be producing heavy tools. Don't know why they haven't, or maybe they have and they've just been used, but I want to change the rate. See, this is the problem with this game. You go along and decide to change the ratio, and you change the ratio, and then before you know it, like half an hour later, suddenly you've like messed up the other one. So I'm going to keep the faith. I'm going to accept that they know that we're going to make one as soon as I change anything. So let's just let that run, let them make it, and we should be good. And why have we got someone with typhoid? Uncleanliness. We've upped our soap game, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now we've got a healer, that's what they're there for. Not like it's far to go. So step one, sort out food problem. And then after that, step two will be organise our fields properly so that food is not a problem. I guess that was my final last words, wasn't it? Or not famous last words, but the incredible idea of going, oh yeah, we'll be fine. You know, now I've expanded these farms, all food's going to be grateful for ages now. And I totally forgot. Yeah, but by expanding the farms, the neat and tidy farms that we had with no rocks and no weeds now become totally infested with crap and stuff. Right, so we did harvest 1300, which isn't bad with that weed level. So I'm hoping these are going to be holding. There we go. So they're both holding wheat. This is working away. I think this is either working or not working because we're missing heavy tools. It's a stupid Fletcher building. At some point I'm just going to upgrade this. Not because I actually want to upgrade it, but just because it pisses me off every time I keep seeing this stupid orange up arrow, or the gold up arrow telling me, oh yeah, you know you can upgrade this, you know you can upgrade this. And every time I keep clicking on it, and every time I'm like, oh shit, hang on a second, that's the stupid Fletcher building again. And we'll find out, no doubt in the next 10 minutes I'm going to go along and click it again and go, no, it's a stupid Fletcher building again. Right, issues with water. Maybe this is where the typhoid or the whatever issue is. So let's go along and put maybe some water down here. It should be far enough away from this well, but close enough. Or maybe up here. That might not be a bad shout. Okay, we'll put the other well up there. That should solve that problem. Hopefully now, planting trees as well as chopping them down. I might even set this as a 2-to-1. Yeah, you see, here's the problem. This is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. Simply because we need more food. We know we need more food. We're working on it. And the easiest way to be able to do it is if I can get more colonists so that we can actually work on these farms and get the food. But you can't get the colonists because they won't come because they're worried about the food. Like this great catch-22 situation, but it's okay, we will get there. I'm hoping now there's a bakery here somewhere. Yeah, so this is now going to be producing bread, which is going to be useful. Hopefully the cheesemakers busy cheesing will be. Might not be a bad shout. Are they actually holding? So they've got no milk here. So what I might do is I might just scale this back a little bit. Get rid of a couple of the people from there. I keep saying everyone's complaining that they've got waste, but they've got resource, they've got availability. I guess maybe it's just because there's only one person doing it. Now look, here's the good part about this. We're in pacifist, we're in chilled mode. Doesn't matter if we go along and put another one down. I mean, other than the fact of we don't have enough people, but we've just pulled 2 from the cheese factory, so someone can go and run that, and hopefully there's less of a worry. In fact, what I might do, let's kill that one. What I might do is put it up here somewhere. You know, up out the way where no one is going to go. But at least it can start to serve some of the other areas. Gonna come this far out? Nope, let's just see. I have to get that close for it to affect those. I think we're going to be okay putting it up here. Yeah, if we're not, no one will buy this. Or they'll live there or whatever, but they're never going to upgrade it. That's not the end of the world. We've got bigger problems right now, like not having beer. Or, you know, probably not having food, but at least if I gave them beer, they'd probably forget more about the food. Could all just wander around down the pub, eat pork scratchings and drink beer instead. Right. So this farm is going to be an absolute waste of time this season, but we've got to do it just to clear out the weeds. This farm is at least going to get 1 crop. And this farm is also going to get 1 crop, but it's 1 crop on double the space, so hopefully that will make a big difference. But I definitely need this field and this field producing something, just because this one at the moment the focus is trying to get rid of those weeds. And here comes the worry. Someone has decided he's so hungry he snapped his own leg in 2, or she slapped her own leg in 2. Come on, work camp leader, there's a reason that we have the healer's house. You can get that done and get back to work. But I am a little bit concerned about all of these markers coming up with no food, especially when we've forage is not foraging. This forage is not foraging. Hunter lodge is not hunting. That'll teach me for upgrading them all in a hurry, won't it? That probably is something to do with this problem. Let's hope this isn't a 3 and out. Oh well, if we have to cull the people a little bit, sure it won't be the first time in Farthest Frontier that people have had to lose some of the villagers. I'm hoping it won't come to that. But I don't like the amount of symbols that's popping up. Plenty of flour. Bakery's doing alright, that one. Can't remember where the other bakery is. This one here. They're busy baking, they're busy baking. Well, theoretically, they don't have any flour. I can't put any more people in there working it. And these don't have any flour either. Go and stock the bakery. You'd think they'd kind of work efficiently and one of them would stock the bakery and the other one would bake to keep a constant production line, but they're just not that smart. And this one's complaining that it's pretty much full, I think. Well, kind of staying at bay, I think. We certainly had more warnings of food that vanished again. I don't care right now about upgrading the stockyard, that's not a concern. I do care about the hunter cabin. A lot of things waiting on iron right now. Maybe what we should do is kill the gold for the moment. Just not worry about that. Let's just focus on getting the iron together, but we also haven't got any iron resources. I think maybe we might have to have a separate iron mine or a second iron mine somewhere. Bet you lot are all screaming at your screen right now saying, what the hell are you doing? Stop keep clicking and building new things. You know you need to just wait and be patient. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to wait and be patient, but where's the fun in that, eh? Right, okay, now I'm definitely not going to build anything for a minute. At least we're getting bricks together. Bricks are good, golds are good, wood is good. Iron is the problem right now. And food, obviously. I know why I'm looking at the farms to hope they're going to be the solution, because clearly they're not going to be the solution. I care about the well. I do, however, care about the Hunter Lodge build site. God, this is going to get a little bit nervy, I think. Don't know if we're going to get through without a couple of deaths by starvation. Can't even go and forage berries and stuff because it's the middle of winter. Right, come on peeps, we can do this. What's this? Herbs, greens. Let's pop another. And there was me saying, yeah, definitely not going to build anything else. But this is all designed for the issues we've got with food. So what I am going to do says with such total confidence and hasn't quite got the plan yet. Do you know what? I might just pop this down here. I don't know whether it's going to do me a massive amount of good, but theoretically, there's greens, there's berries. That's got to be some kind of a help, right, chat? Everything wants to upgrade, but I've just got that fear of going, I don't quite have the guys to do it. Without the people to do it, all I'm going to do is stop them from doing the things that I've actually told them to go and do. Some of those, here we go, this is at least one of them, so this should be the hunter cabin. So that'll be useful. Do you think it's worth putting another fisher down? Got one there. We've got one there. It's not like we're not working hard on getting plenty of food actually being produced. But we definitely have to get these going. And let's have a look at the farm as well, because that could be useful. There we go, there's a brutal decision I think we're going to have to do. Okay, let's turn this population from 9 to 7, shall we? That will hopefully at least give us a little something just to cover us through. Sorry, cows. As it stands right now, my villagers are more important. Not overly stressed about cheese. We are, however, stressed about food. I think there's a trader coming as well, so we'll have a little look and see if we can come up with a short-term solution while the farms resolve themselves. Hopefully a huge crop of beans, peas, something. Right, let's see. And we'll get away with this. What do we have? Obviously he's going to have... Oh no, here we go. There we go, that might be a very quick, very shit, but it's a solution. There we go, 4 months is going to go off. Let's sell him back some baskets just so we don't feel like we just totally hoard ourselves out. Right, there we go. So we've got a few quid back. I'm not going to sell the soap right now just because obviously there was a typhoid thing and whatever. But there is at least a solution, I think, and we've got another animal as well, so fingers crossed we're going to start getting towards the solution, but slow going right now. Bricks I'm not overly stressed about at the moment. What I would like to do if I can find a good space to put it. See, I really want to upgrade this, but I just have the fear, like if it goes like the other one, where it took so long to upgrade that we almost had to struggle for a bit. Right, let's go along and see, because this changes, I think, that you can start setting traps, which just makes everything a little bit more efficient. Let's put 2 traps down. Yeah, all the money, but well, not all the money, but decent stock of money, but still struggling. Hang on, I wonder if he's got one of those heavy machinery things. Nope. Do you know what? I'm just going to have to force the issue. Right, we're still not producing this, so do me a favour, stop producing small tools for the time being. Just focus on this. He's only going to do it when he gets the iron. That's where the problem is. It's the stupid problem with iron. Let's go and see if we can put more workers up in the iron section up at the top. Haven't even built the iron line. That's pretty useful. I don't know what it was, whether it's bread again or something. It was probably my slaughtered cows, but yeah, no guilt here. Had to be done. Maybe what I might do is build an area for chickens as well, and we can use that to get a never-ending supply of eggs, which hopefully will be helpful. Right, that's a safe upgrade. I don't need iron for that one, and the iron's the thing I've got the problem with right now. Does this one need iron? Nope, so that one should be okay as well. And the nice part is when you update the trading post or the market or whatever it is, trading center thingy, do flip, once you get that one upgraded, what you end up doing is you get a lot more merchants coming. And a lot more merchants also gives obviously a lot more opportunity just to start selling things. So here we go, we can start to make our industry what we need it to be. Do I haul myself out for this? I don't think so. But I am a little bit worried about tallow. Nope, we're okay. We just won't sell soap for a little while. That will build up our tallow reserves, or at least we're not going to run out of soap, are we? Obviously, famous last words, you know full well the next thing I'm going to be stressing about is soap. Wants to pay me 15 for baskets. What's the other one want to pay? I think it was 14, wasn't it? Yeah, 14. So we're going to go and sell 50 baskets at 15. Worth another 750. Now we're starting to build up a little bit of a trading pot. Is there anything I can buy cheap? Oh, that's irritating. I totally forgot I put that there. So all the time I've been struggling to make bread, I've had 400 flour at the bloody trading post. What a dick I am. Anything else I can buy cheap? Not there. And flour I'm not going to buy. I just feel annoyed about it. But that annoyance will quickly subside, so nothing to stress about. Well done, villagers. More with a basic education, which is not a bad place to be. I don't want to do any more upgrades until we just see what the outcome is of all this stuff that we're doing. Okay, chat, feel free to correct me. That says I've set 2 traps, right? Target number of traps not set. Yes, I did. I set it as 2. I don't know what else I'm supposed to click to tell it any more. Maybe it just has to update. I don't know. But when you play this game, you kind of almost get conditioned to be looking out for the upgrades, but also the red warnings. So every single time you see a red warning, you want to kind of stop and just check it out. You're checking it out and just realise that actually it's nothing to do, or I think there's nothing to do. Yeah. Look, we know we're low on labourers. Can't help that, but everyone's pretty happy here. I mean, obviously we're on temporary food, I think, for the time being. Honestly, are these people not doing what they're supposed to be doing? Where do I put the smokehouse up here? Sure, we put a smokehouse up here somewhere, didn't we? Is it here? Yeah, there's the smokehouse. Now they're at least smoking a little bit of meat and fish, so not like they're not doing anything, is it? More villagers, but we still need more. Look at all the stuff we're waiting to happen. Come on, little villagers, you can do it. This well's been waiting for about, I don't know, over a year, I think, in game time. Is the foundry? No, okay. It's this one we're waiting on. Waiting on one heavy tool. They've got enough coal to do it. Says they're producing, so I think, I'd like to think that they've got the iron to do it. Nope, they've only got 5. And then the iron mine, they can't do anything because they don't have enough iron ore. Do you know what? I might put a road down here. That helps shorten the distance travelled. Not really, not unless I put another road down here as well. That might just look a bit ugly. Surely can't be that bad having to do that journey, but yeah, it does look long. How can we maximise what they're doing? Chat, if any of you guys are experts in this game, do feel free to give me a bit of guidance if there's something I'm missing. Something else I should be doing, or something I've overlooked. See, if the stone was higher, I'd start upgrading all the roads, because I know that will actually have a little bit of a bearing. Do you know what I might do? I know it's going to be overkill, and I know I'm going to regret doing this, especially when all the farms get sorted. Or do I? Do you know what? Don't think about it, just do it. Let's get too much food if we have to. Let's put another hunter cabin down here. Now it looks really pointless here, but I'm going to change the foraging area to here. Loads and loads and loads of deer. Okay, shall we see if we can pull our joke today? There we go, look at that deer down there. Do you know he's got no eyes? Can you guess what his name is? Obviously no idea. Yeah, sorry everyone if you want to groan about that. I can't help it. Guess I'm just sending myself slowly mental, sitting here streaming. I wonder if psychology students, people who are studying psychology, whether or not they come and sit and listen to streamers, just to work out what nonsense they'll come out with. God, that's irritating. Number of traps, 2. What's the issue with the traps? Click to set production limits. There we go. Right, what do I need? Production active. Okay, so it's producing traps. Oh, what a shocker. We need iron. At the moment, everything is stemming on iron. I think once the trader or the trading post upgrades, I'm just going to, every single time I get anyone up here, we're going to try and buy iron off everyone, I think. That's clearly the problem right now. It's definitely the pinch point. Need to also remember to pop back up here in a minute. and set that. Oh, hang on. Maybe I can even set the point here and pick up that one as well. If I can get both of those going, that will be very, very handy. Yeah, we can definitely do that in terms of the gather area. That will be a good result, and I think that will also resolve the food issue. I can just focus on getting the farms right. I think. Just speed it up and we can hopefully get this built without too much hassle. But at the moment we're still stuck with the issue of not enough people for the work we're doing. Not doing that. I'm not clicking it, I'm not being tempted into it. We definitely don't have enough iron. Come on, little meeps. Let's get this hunter cabin built, and then I can move on and get back to the main village. Hopefully we can sort this stupid problem with iron. I don't quite know how they operate. Again, chat, if anyone knows this, do feel free to just let me know. But what's the scenario where you go along and set something to prioritise? Because, you know, I'm sure my labourers or my builders should be up here going along and working on this, but it all seems that they're pretty determined to do something else. Never quite understand, like, see if I can find out where they are. Just looking for the little orange outlines or the yellow outlines which will tell me where they actually are right now. My 3 builders that are supposed to be treating this as an absolute priority. Stop everything else you're doing and just get it built. As I would say, they're definitely slacking. Either that or they've done like the NHS and they're going on strike. Complained of working too hard and having to eat Bessie the cow that we just slaughtered. Look guys, the steak was good. They were well aged. Probably not quite A5 Wagyu, but I'm sure it was a decent bit of steak. If we can get this one done, this will sort out a lot of the food issues. Thing is, I hate sitting waiting for these things to actually happen, but I know full well if I go off and do something else, I'll come back to this in 10 minutes time and realise that they're hunting no area at all. Especially when I've set this to prioritise, you just expect it to get done. Right, here we go. Just put the labour time in guys and we can get this moving. How many builders do I have right now? May have an effect. Great, thank you very much chat. Let's have a little look. Yeah, there we go. I knew someone would be on it. Yeah, so I've got, or I want to have 10, but I've only got 3. My labourers are too low, my builders are too low. I've got plenty of space for population, but at the moment I think my village is too big maybe for the amount of colonists I've got. So hopefully once we can get a few more colonists we can get stuff built faster. But yeah, thank you very much for that. I knew there'd be someone who knows this game better than I do. I think hopefully that will do it. I reckon they're just about within that circle. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Well, I'm sure they'll find them from here. That's at least filled up as well, so yeah, thank you chat. If anyone else plays Farthest Frontier and wants to just migrate and port your colonists over here, that would be amazing. If only that was a thing, right? Okay, so how's this farm getting on? There we go, look, farm number 1 we've now fixed. So let's start ditching this and actually turning these into food. Finally. Okay, so we don't care too much about weeds because it's not a problem for us now. Let's clear that one out, clear that one out, clear that one out. We can actually get these into producing food, which obviously is important. So let's just get a quick count. For those of you who don't know Farthest Frontier or have never seen it before, I'm just having a look at the fertility, because if you get too much of a negative fertility, before you know it you'll come back to this and it won't be producing anything. So what you're looking at is you're looking at the fertility thing. I would put my cursor over it, but at the moment I move it away, it's going to go. But if you have a look where it says impacts fertility, you'll see it's a -2. So I've got flax, it's a -2, but these are +3. So we've got +6 from these two, -2 from this one, and a -2 from this one. So we're still +2 overall. So we don't have to worry too much about it. So why don't we put some, there you go, maybe some carrots. It's fairly tolerant to frost, so I don't know whether to go at the beginning or the end. Let's go at the beginning. Can we put this in another clover? Not quite. Yeah, I don't want to go along and turn this into negative. So I think what we'll do is chuck down some peas, and let's say field that's going to be fertile, and I'm going to put him in there. I don't think I need to put him there, and I don't think it's going to really do me any benefit. But if the weeds do creep up a little bit, or you know, whatever, it's fine. And ultimately, if I don't put something in there, then it's just going to be wasted space anyway. So that's farm number 1 is actually going to be doing stuff. Now this one, and again, not too bad actually. The weeds are coming down, which is great. The rocks are coming down, which is amazing. So I'm not going to stress too much about that one for the time being. That seems to be taking care of itself. Let's just have a look at this one, because I don't know, if we're looking at negative weeds, again, I might just go along and let this one run and see what happens. A little bit of gamble never hurt anyone, right? Okay, let's see what we can sell. I don't want to sell this soap. I mean, I say I don't want to, but because they're paying high price, alright, let's just flog it. To be fair, Thomas, yeah, I had a look at Manor Lords, but didn't actually play it because it just looked like a kind of worse version of this. So yeah, I didn't go for it. To be fair, I think in terms of like building and kind of having these colony sims, this probably is, or city builders or whatever, this probably is my favourite one. I mean, it's very close up with Anno 1800, but yeah, it's certainly yeah, so it's certainly one where you can just, you know, have a bit of fun. You know, there's anything too stressful in this game. If you do want to have like real competition, you don't have to put it in pacifist mode, and you can actually go along and have the raids and stuff coming in. But there's a lot of flexibility in this game, and the other thing is it's quite replayable. So yeah, I mean, I've probably gone up through tier 4 a handful of times. So it's not like, yeah, you've done it once and you don't ever want to come back to it. But yeah, it's a nice game to just chill out and relax. I don't know if you've played Manor Lords, Thomas, and whether or not you think, well, actually this is better, but Manor Lords just kind of look like a bit of a rip-off of this to me, to be honest. And the other nice thing is this one's still in early access as well. And if you have a look on Steam, they've actually charted out what they're going to do between, I think this is like 0.92 or 0.93, and they've charted out what they're going to do between this and actually the full release. So it looks pretty exciting. Now hopefully we can start to get our upgrades in. Just need to keep increasing these numbers. But that's alright, because I think Thomas is going to send me a load of his colonists anyway, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought, Thomas, when I was having a look through. I'm always one. I mean, Steam, as you know, will always recommend games that you like. But this one, yeah, it's offered me Manor a few times, but I think for what you have to pay for it and how it looks, it just doesn't quite seem there's enough about it. So yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you there, Thomas. And obviously, welcome to the channel. By the way, even if you wouldn't mind, Thomas, can you do me a favour? If you just go along and click follow, and I don't even care whether you follow me or not, it's only because I'm new to OBS, and apparently something's supposed to happen on my screen if anyone does actually click follow. So do feel free to give it a click, see what happens. Just because I'm curious to see how much I've cocked it up or screwed it up, or whether I actually got it right. But the only way you can ever tell with these things is when someone does it, right? Oh, thank you, Thomas. I don't know if anything appeared on the screen. I mean, I guess I guess experienced streamers are, you know, watching all this stuff all the time, you know, to keep an eye on what's going on. I don't know if I had a dancing animation or something going on, or whether or not it's something I still need to work on. And there we go. I did say I was going to do that as well. How many times I'm going to keep clicking back to the stupid Fletcher building that I'm still not going to upgrade. And how long does it take to put 5 stupid iron into this? Right, we've got the heavy tool, so that should now be the windmill back up and running. We're going to check that in a second. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Thomas. Well, at least it saves me messing around and rewatching 3 hours of stream or something just to go and find it. But yes, thank you very much for the follow, Thomas. The other games we're gonna you know, have a look at when I go through. So I'll play this through to tier 4 and get a decent sized map and kind of go, yeah, okay, I've built it out as far as I want to build it. The other ones I'm going to look at, so we're going to do an Anno playthrough. We're going to do RimWorld as well, just because I've had a little, yeah, I kept getting recommended it because I've played a lot of Kenshi, and I kept getting recommended to have a look at RimWorld, and I really hated the look of it because it just looked just a bit childish. But however, I did decide to get it, and yeah, loved it. So RimWorld we're going to be playing. I'm going to do a Kenshi roleplay of some description to go through, and I'm also going to play some of the economy sims, like Big Ambitions and Startup Company, and maybe a Sim Casino or something. So yeah, I'll try and keep people posted as to what I'm planning on doing, but the streaming and everything else is all quite new to me, so we're just going to see and play it a little bit by ear, but hopefully we'll have fun on the way. You never know, someone's going to go along and, you know, challenge me to do something on Farthest Frontier. If it sounds like fun, I'll do it. If it sounds like it's nothing but stress and hassle, I don't know, maybe I'll do it on a Saturday or something, but it's not my plan to go into stressful gaming. It's actually just to try and have some fun. I'm not clicking it, it's the stupid Fletcher building again. I don't know how many times I can keep looking at that. How's the iron coming? Are we actually getting a decent iron output yet? Not really. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the one I've got, Anno 1800. Again, I'll probably just do the playthrough, so I'll tend to do it where you know, we'll have a few little minor battles at sea and stuff like that, but nothing too stressful. No, I haven't, but now I'm certainly going to have a look at it on Steam. The thing is, if you're like me in terms of the games you like to play, Thomas, it's certainly one to have a look at. There we go. I plan to be industrial with hang on a second, that's interesting. We've got a stack ton of iron ore. There was me thinking we're not collecting enough of it, and we've got stacks of it. I need to put another foundry down, or blacksmith, or whatever the hell it is. Should have looked into it. What a dick. Right, let's get another foundry down. Thomas, if you've played Farthest Frontier before, I was asking this earlier. Do you know the quick way to snap to buildings, or to find buildings? Because obviously you know a lot of the time on the building map you'll always go along and see, and I might answer my own question here. So here, for example, where it says I've got 4 hunter cabins, obviously I know I could go and find one of them, click them, and it's going to highlight all of them. But if you've only got like one candle maker and stuff, do you know how to go and easily find them without just remembering where you've placed everything? You know, let me know if you know. That would be good. Okay, so we want not the blacksmith's forge, we don't need another one of those, but we definitely need another foundry. This is what's been causing me the problem while I've been thinking it's iron ore. You know what, I might just put 2 down. We know we're going to get the heavy tools now, so that's okay. The gold, even though it looks like it's going to be a stress, it's not going to be. Got our new trading post, which is why we're getting so much action here. Oh, he hasn't got any money left. There we go, you can have these baskets. And let's transfer. There you go, some. Just have a quick look and see if there's anything I can buy cheap, because now at least I can start trading. Now we've got 2 of these, so that's okay. Tools is okay. All looking good. We've skinned him for most of his money, so. Oh well, never mind. The good thing is I generally remember where I put most things. It's just the problem is that if you go along and do it and you've then got a save game and you come back to it a week later, then it takes a minute just to remember where everything is. But no biggie. Besides, it'll make half the fun me clicking around. It'll just be the problem that when I go along and click around for the 8th time to find the same building, I'm sure you guys will get a bit irritated. Okay, so now we can start with these other things as well. So let's get the glass maker down, just because then we can get the preserves and stuff like that. So I'm going to pop him over with my industrial area over here. Don't think there's going to be any problems with that. We've lost some crops, what a shocker. And let's see where this... Oh no, this is okay. At least he was up and the other way. Earlier when we got someone who had scurvy, it literally was like they lived here. And they couldn't be bothered to go over here to get some fruit. So you can certainly see, if you've never played this game before, by the time you upgrade the trading centre, you do get a lot of people coming to trade now. Right, let's see. Is there anything we want to sell here? I'm making a little bit of furniture, but I'm not going to sell it. Iron, if I could... Oh no, yeah, if I could buy it, I would do. I could buy the glass, but we've just got the glass factory going. Preserves we're going to be making our own anyway, so I think we're alright for this. So that's a great shout. Suppose you can then just stalk them to where they're going. Here we go, look. Now we're getting the colonists to build everything. Now we'll start expediting everything. Okay, so I think the next problem we're going to get is stone. So let's just go and see if there's some quick wins around here. There you go, some there, some there. Not a lot there. I've cleaned out most of the area, I think, close by for stone. And I know I don't have many labourers working. I don't think we've tapped up this area. There we go, that should sort that out. Right, let's see where we're at. Okay, so we've organised our trading centre, so that's good. The population, we're a little way off. We need a theatre. I don't think we can put a theatre down until we upgrade the healing house. And have a hospital, which is here, I think. We can't do that until we need... what the hell is talking about here? There we go. Well, let's see what else we need. I don't think we need anyone else here. Bricks they're working on, so that's fine. Can't even remember last time I played through, but never mind. Let's see what else we need. So. Let's drop a theatre in somewhere. Where would be a good place? Kind of somewhere here I think would be alright. Never like smashing places down to do it, but... Homestead, well, let's be decent about it, let's just relocate them, shall we? I don't feel quite so brutal if I am relocate them. I'll relocate two of them, I'll probably just smash the other ones down. I had an obvious place to put them. Oh, maybe I'll just chuck them up here, that'll be alright. Right, so let's relocate you up there. Let's relocate you next to him. Keep your neighbour. There we go. Let's hurry up and get those relocated. Come on, labourers, let's get this stuff, get it done, and let's get moving. There's one gone. We want a theatre. I know whether they're getting grumpy that I'm moving their houses or not, but guess what? They'll get over it. And if not, they can go and see a good show. Have they done that? Right, there we go. Mass desirability uplifts. And I don't think we're going to struggle paying this. So that's great news. Get over yourself. We'll give you a garden or something. go. You can't ever leave now because you've got a garden. Obviously. That will even give you one at the front as well. Stop bitching. And you've got a theatre coming as well. And we'll now go along and do something where we can have some beer. This one's still struggling because it doesn't have milk. Nearly back up to 10, so that's good. These farms are so... I mean, they're great in terms of fertility and stuff, but they're not producing a massive amount. We'll get all our wheat and rye and stuff this year. Yes, I guess we're still waiting to build the traps. But it's actually collecting something. How did this one work out? You stockpiling meat, that's good. So yeah, not so bad. Let's set the theatre as a priority, shall we? Let's just get it done and see how well it impacts everything around it. Yeah, he's got his garden. Build a garden for him. One abandoned building, or 2 abandoned buildings. I've got a market close as well. What's he complaining about? Look, he's got a market right next to him. Thomas, thank you very much, pal. Nice for the interaction. And yeah, I'll be back on before you know it. I'll tell you what, Thomas, as well, after I've done this, I'll come and give you a follow as well and check up on Dawn of Man. If you've got any streams running or whatever on it, or some streams you've had before, I'll come and check them out. You can't be too unhappy, you're going to get gardens. How's your desirability not gone up? It's gone up a little bit. Let's give them a couple more gardens, shall we? Like Mark's into everything, just plough down some more gardens, I'm sure it'll be alright. Garden for all seasons. That crazy speed for a little while. Right. We're up to 10 now. Yeah, I thought we would be. And we've got 2 a year coming in, so we can get to the yeah, 10 confirm. Sorry all you vegans and pacifists and whatever. Yes, we're going to be slaughtering 2 cows a year. But sustainable, right? So it can't be that bad. It's now at least building a whole new forest, which is nice. look for wood for the time being. Oh, I thought I'd be alright for food, and it's still... Farthest Frontier, how you pain me with your demands for food. Just need some more colonists, and we need some... What's going to help us? The glass, yeah, some for preserves though. These, however, are going to get us the iron, which I think is the thing that we're really struggling with. Just prioritise one of these, so at least it's moving forwards. You know, I'm going to have to get better at keeping one eye on my other monitor. I think the crazy part is because I did first ever stream, which was yesterday or day before. Totally new to this. Obviously, I've been playing PC games for years and years and years and years and years. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to go and stream what I'm doing anyway. I'm not going to play the games any differently. I'm not going to do anything different to what I would be doing. But, you know, maybe someone else is like me and will enjoy the games that I'm playing and the way I play them. So, decided to stream. Put the first one out, which was only on YouTube, which, again, probably was totally the wrong platform, but never mind, did it anyway. And sat there talking to myself for about 2 hours. And then yesterday, first stream ever on Twitch. And, yeah, didn't realise. Click a little button and it will at least show you stuff for 7 days or 14 days or whatever it was, but didn't click the button. So ended up spending 2-3 hours streaming to no one yesterday. But now actually there's a couple of people watching, which is nice. And ultimately any interaction is brilliant. And it will get me better at actually keeping half an eye on chat and bits and pieces than sitting there playing the game and just talking to effectively no one. Right, let's have a look. What's the problem with these buildings? Look, you've got gardens and everything. What's your problem? Get rid of it. This one I cannot believe they abandoned. Let's prioritise that anyway. Hopefully when these get built, these will all upgrade anyway. How far out is the theatre affecting? He's affecting here. Oh, here they go, look. I guess it's these ones here. These already? No, these are homesteads. I'm surprised they haven't gone and upgraded, but maybe the theatre's not that great. We'll go to the old trusty, put some gardens around it and hope that does the trick. At least we've got a few, I think. Large houses here. Got a market square, but only a market here, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to upgrade this. Kill this one for the time being, just because it pees me off seeing the warnings in the top right. It's useful. See, money-wise, we're okay. I'm going to transfer some more back to the city, to the town, or whatever. Just because if it's sometimes you can go along and do stuff and don't think that, oh, hang on a second, we've still got to pay the gold for it, and you end up with a whole load in store at the trading post and not actually any in this town. Right, so we've got animal trap now. There's up deer, so that should be good. But I Again, we're still struggling. What do you think? Anyone want to chip in on this? Think we should have another field? Or you want to have a look at my crop rotation and tell me where I'm going wrong? We've probably got too much flax being produced, I reckon. But it's either that or we're just catching it at a bad time. Because I think now, let's just have a quick look. Take it off half speed because I did wonder why it felt dead slow and stopped. Let's just have a look at what we're actually producing and what we're consuming. So there's each year, I think it's obviously depending which crops it is and what have you. So we definitely can produce more than we need, but we're just not right now. I mean, now the good thing is that the barn is full of cows, so at least we know we're going to slaughter 2 of those each year, and they're normally a good provider for meat. What I think I might do, I think that one has effectively not been operating just because it's been missing iron. What I might do is I might put a chicken coop or something over here, and then the next trader that comes in with chickens will do that, and then that will give us some eggs. Don't know why, I always have this thing where I don't quite really get the purpose of goats, because they're just like cows but shitter. And maybe this is my chance to have a look and work out why. But you have a look at that and you think, nope, that produces exactly the same thing as this one. But cows just generally seem to be better at doing it. The chicken, I thought that produced, yeah, it does produce eggs, so tell you what, let's put a chicken coop over here as well. They use a space out here to put their grazing space. But let's also get this done, because I'm guessing none of the deer are being hunted because they're still waiting to be upgraded. You want to offer promotion of my channel? I'll tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, drop me a DM or whatever, or I don't know what DM equivalent is. But yeah, expedient, let me know. Drop me a message or a whisper or whatever it is on Twitch, and we'll connect up and see what's what. And yeah, never stress about bothering me. I think that's part of the fun, or part of the appeal that I thought about gaming on Twitch. Is actually it feels like you're working with people, or you know, you're not effectively sitting there gaming just by yourself. And sometimes to build a decent community is half of the fun of it. Because then effectively everyone's, you know, you'll go on the journey together, or you'll go and, you know, whichever game it is. And even if it's me at the helm and everyone's sitting there screaming at their computers going, my god, I can't believe this guy's so bad, or, you know, whatever, we'll just have a laugh about it. I don't know whether or not putting another person at the arborist is going to make a lot of difference, but we'll do it anyway. Anything to do with food right now, we'll do it. Why is the clay going down? I guess they're using it all for pottery. Let's rebalance. making enough clay, we'll upgrade our amount of people producing clay. See if that will help. I don't know, Expedient, whether or not you're still on. If you are still on, do feel free to drop me some details about this, because if nothing else, while I'm waiting for stuff to build, I can have a read about everything that happens. And at the end of the day, I'm such a newcomer to all this stuff. I've got no idea what I should be having, what I shouldn't be having. I'm sure there's going to be an equal camp of people going along and telling me, no, 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 you don't need that stuff, but on the same basis. Sometimes to have a few tools and bits and pieces to help you out, it's not the end of the world, is it? Finally going to get that hunter cabin going. Do you know what? I think I'm going to put another farm in this space here. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with it yet, but that will come to me in a minute. Utility's pretty bad, but I'm sure I can do something with that. Oh, hang on, there's only 4, isn't it? I'll have to go off the other side. So the fertility is really a big issue. Of course, we can obviously just change that. Maybe make it a 10 by 10 or something. Let's put in a last couple of buildings that I want to put in terms of the things that I keep thinking I want to put in, and then decide and get sidetracked for something else. So the glassmaker we've got in somewhere. He's glassing away, or will be glassing away. He's over here, so that's that. The brewer we definitely need in. We've got honey, we've got this, we've got that, we've got that. So this should be okay. This shouldn't be too much of an issue. So why don't we put the brewery in here? It's over with the granary, so it's not too far for the wheat and bits and pieces to go. And that will at least go along and keep the pub happy. And then hopefully, instead of getting abandoned buildings around here, the pub will actually serve its purpose. So that's good. Which other ones do we want? We definitely want the Cooper. Don't think I actually got around to putting one in. Put the cheesemaker in. Oh, the preservist building might not be a bad shout as well. Put the preservist up here somewhere. I don't know why, but just it feels like I should do to put him somewhere near the arborist. So I'm going to put the preservist up there. Thanks, just have a lightning strike. very bizarre. It's not often you actually see that happen. Not as in you don't see a fire, there's fires all the time, but to actually see the lightning strike, that's pretty cool. Okay, so bakery. Here, the preservist, so that's good. And the last one I think I want is the Cooper. Wherever he is, must be in resources somewhere. I think he's back here. I'm sure it's this one. Merchant, brewery, foundry, blacksmith. Nope, 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 nope. Glassmaker, nope. Paper mill, nope. Into storage. Of course he is. Dickhead. Right, so let's drop him over here. There we go. At least we've now got, I think, pretty much one of most things, at least. So the vault's in play, which is great. We've got a preservist up now. We've got the cheesemaker up, which is good. The arborist is good. Chicken coop. Getting there. What's this trader got? Probably chickens. Buy and sell iron ore, but I've now got stack tons of it. Nope, 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 nope. Not interested. Right, this foundry. Let's increase. There we go. That should fix it all. Or at least fix a few of the problems. But we still need more people coming. Which is not going to happen for a little while because we don't have enough food. So if I can suddenly sneak a load of cheap food just like this. Not a bad shout just to stock up for a bit. I don't know whether or not my villagers all like fish or are going to love that much fish, but at least we've got some food. Don't want to give away the hides. I use these for coat, so maybe later on I'll give them or sell them away, but not for the moment, thanks guys. This one has no food. But we've got a load of fish that we just bought, so there's got to be some purpose in that, right? I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm probably going to play for another 10 minutes. Just at least get this last farm up and running. Hopefully stop my stupid food issues, or at least sort them out slightly better than they are right now. So many new buildings going up now, which is great. Still want the upgrades, but I can't get the upgrades because I'm not making enough brick. Or I keep spending it. I'm glad I put down 2 brickyards. But again, still need the meeps to do it. Crazy part is I've got space for 45 more. they're just not coming yet. Not even looked at this farm yet. God, I wish I had some more guys. By the way, in case anyone thinks I'm some kind of crazy misogynist, I just use the term guys for lots of things. I don't actually mean men or whatever. Guys is guys is guys is guys. The other day I was playing and yeah, I got really paranoid about it that everyone would think I'm some kind of crazy misogynist until I started calling plants, I think it was, guys. Then it realised, yeah, actually I just use it as a general terminology for everything. So apologies guys if you're offended by it, but that's male guys and female guys. It just is what it is. Can't help your terminology sometimes. And I don't think anyone can go through life without accidentally offending someone. The only difference is I'll never do it on purpose. But if I do accidentally upset you or offend you, I didn't mean it. Nothing but love from me. Let's see if there's palm oil for sale or something. Yeah, glass and stuff and whatever. We're way off this stuff. Keep remembering I need to just keep an eye out for chickens. Because I think, oh no, we're not quite there. My chicken house is not done because again, not enough meeps. Look at this, it's depressing. Not enough brick makers, not enough this, not enough that, not enough glass makers. Just need more people. But if I will it hard enough, they will arrive. Keep thinking it's like Field of Dreams. If you wish for it, or if you build it, they will come. I'll haul myself out for food. Anymore. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We know a builder needs more workers. A builder needs more workers. Well, why don't they come? Look, it's like the happiest place near enough. It's like Disney World. Farthest Frontier, happiest place in the world. Total playground. And yet, we're still shy of people. A whole nother farm waiting to go here. Look, impending blizzard. All you people exploring around the area, you all need a house, so why not come here, and then at least I can get another 40 staff. Fingers crossed, hey? And welcome to new people watching. I don't know whether you guys are talkative or not, or just a bit voyeuristic, but either way I won't bite. And even if you just put something in chat, it will certainly get me more used to actually keeping an eye on what comes up. Because, as you will tell by my phenomenal lack of followers and viewers and bits and pieces, I am pretty new to this. I mean, I'm sure at some point I should be like clicking buttons and taking screenshots and things. Hang on a sec, let's see what happens if I click screenshot. Yeah, that was a bad option. Don't do that again. I think it's an F12 or something, isn't it, on Steam? There you go. Look, we've got something. I don't know whether that quite works or it's nice or whatever. There you go. That's got to be some kind of shot for something, right? There you go. I'll get better at this lark of working out how to promote and stuff. But yeah, do feel free to interact however you want to, even if it's just a who can come up with the most creative insult for me. Alright, we've got one with scurvy, one with cholera. Let me know what they're stressing about. Fruits and vegetables. Well, let me guess. If we look here, I guarantee you, look, fruit, vegetable, vegetable, fruit, fruit, vegetable. You need to just get yourself out a bit more. Fruits, vegetables, the lot. We're all good. That's also bugging me as well. It's a little bit of OCD-ness in this, but I've got to put another house there. I did have one there before, but for some reason they decided they didn't like it and abandoned it. Maybe it's because they're next to Harold with the lurgy. What's his problem? He's 12 years old and he's got some sickness. There you go, get over it, kid. 4 new villagers born. Good, good, good. Everyone's cured. Happy days. Just needed an influx of people. Just so you know, anyone who's a Farthest Frontier expert, do feel free to drop me a comment and just let me know if there's something that I'm supposed to be doing. I kind of always followed that belief of saying, well, make sure everyone's happy, make sure there's enough houses for people, there's plenty of food, everything's good, but we're struggling just because we haven't got enough colonists. No point me prioritise building anything because we haven't got the people to do it. Right, here's our grazing area for our chicken, so this will be good. Don't think they're going to be prone to run away or try and break into my cheese factory. That'll do. Now at least we're watching out for traders to see if I was going to say, yeah, because obviously we'll get the chicken coop, but don't have anyone to run it. There we go. Anyone on chat want to go along and tell me that they're looking for a job? If they are, you can come and look after my chicken coop. Either that or the people listening are going, my god, this guy's a bellend. I have no idea. Where's your problem? Look at this house again, surely. I really want to get this farm up and running, but I think I just have to be more patient and wait for the new colonists to arrive. So no doubt they will, but maybe they're all annoyed by the lack of stone. What do you think? Oh, here's the stupid thing. Yeah, go and collect more stone. You can't, you haven't got any labourers. So I can see we have marked and earmarked endless amounts of stone to be collected. But unless we get the meeps to do it, that's not going to get collected either. Okay, see, this is the thing. Even though it's truly fun gaming and just nice and relaxed, It's nice and relaxed as soon as all the additional people turn up. Until that point, it's a royal pain in the ass. Just want that big splash screen to come up and say 25 people have turned up. Do you want to give them a home? Yes, and I want to give them a job as well. They can come and run my chicken coop. And this, and this, and this, and this. 2 new villagers born? What do you reckon? What's the minimum age of running a chicken coop? 6 months? Child has grown up and would love to be a chicken farmer. I wonder if he wants a job, or if he's got chickens. He does not have any chickens, so that's pretty rubbish. But I'll tell you what I can do. I can palm him off on a load of moody pots, but I'll also take off him a load of stone, just in case if that's the thing that's holding us up on a build somewhere. We'll at least take it. There's no point having a whole load of cash and struggling waiting for anything. I should also just take all this tallow as well. Let's transfer that over. As cheap as you like. And again, no point struggling for something when you can just pick it up cheap. Cash is not our problem right now. Just in case you haven't heard me bitching about it already, just people. Put 2 traps down, just because there's a load of deer here. The building is on fire. Sure, there's a song to that one. I just don't know how good this microphone is and whether my missus will kick off that I'm singing upstairs. Probably not a great idea. As well as I've got, like, if you think my speaking voice is bad, imagine how bad my singing voice would be. And this is Twitch gaming, not Twitch karaoke either, so. Spunk all that stone we just got. No, really? Thanks for reminding me. By the way, if any of you are like switching off and going, my god, he just keeps talking about not having enough workers, it's not actually my fault. The game keeps doing it. I'm trying to forget about not having enough workers, but the game keeps dragging me back to the fact. But unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about it right now. All I can do is hope that some more arrive. I'll tell you what I might do just for the time being. I've got a whole load going and collecting iron ore right now. Just because I thought iron was the problem. It was the problem, but it wasn't the iron ore. It was actually the foundry or whatever it is. So let's just go and drop these down a little bit. Maybe someone who used to mine iron would like a promotional upgrade and go and keep chickens instead. Yes. Now that's got to be a genius idea, right? There we go, look. 16 years old. What would you like to do as a career? You can go and tend to my chickens. Thank you, pal. Everything is going to be like generational. Like a brewery. Should have put someone in the brewery, right? Commute is horrendous for all of them. There we go. Andrew, you'd love a job in a brewery, right? Could be someone else who wants a job in a brewery. I could be taking people from other jobs. Yeah, I am. Oops. Let's go on the proper screen to do it, shall we? shall we? We could drop down the builders maybe. Just except we ain't going to build a lot right now. Let's sorted that one out. Sorted that one out. We've got a brewer. Maybe if we drop it down even further. There we go, we've got a glass maker now. And one brewer. There we go, that's what we needed. There we go, chat. I told you. If you wish for it, it will eventually happen. And if you bitch about it enough, you can see how few viewers you actually get. There we go. Right, let's fix that problem. Right, that's now done. We've got enough builders, we've got enough labourers, everyone's now gainfully employed. Now all we need is a chicken man to appear. Just like Breaking Bad, right? So come on, chicken man. You can appear when you're ready. I think I'm probably being overly cautious on these farms. Because I mean, this is like the immaculate looking farm, isn't it? This one's not far off it, and this is going to head up to 100% fertility as well. I think what we'll do is let them push up a little bit, and then we'll have some mad kind of crops going to just maximise out food, or we'll at least just send the workers off to something else. There we go, that's what we needed as well. Yeah, it's fine. No big deal. Tell you what, why don't you not stress about the crops so much, seeing as it's going to drought anyway, and just go and sort this field out. Now that would be an idea, wouldn't it? Do you think this is probably a good place to break? At least we can come back to the farm. We'll prioritise that one so it's something to come back to. But I think, let me just make sure we've got all our buildings going. So we've got a cooper now, so that's good. Vaults we've got, granaries we've got. Food production, we've got a preservist, which is good. Cheesemakers there. Arborist is good. We still need someone with chickens. So let's make a mental note of that one, chat. Haven't worried too much about books and bookmate or book binders and stuff, but yeah, that's a nicety rather than a necessity, I think. Defences, don't need to stress about it. Roads and fences, we've got lots of roads we need to upgrade, but I'm just worried about the lack of stone we've got right now. Let's give that a quick upgrade over there. Little cheeky upgrade. Early on, 500 gold would have been unheard of, but we've got it now, so it's not so bad. I don't think we're farming these, but no big deal. And the other thing is, hopefully the pub will shortly have some beer. Just make sure that's up and running and brewing, I guess is the phrase. Yep, the brewery is brewing, we are making beer, so it shouldn't be... There we go. Now the pub can be a pub. So I think that's a great place to stop. Chat, thank you very much for tonight. It's been definitely far more interesting. Thomas, if you listen to this back, thank you very much. Great to interact, and yeah, anyone who likes these kind of games and likes some random British guy waffling on about nonsense, do feel free to drop me a follow. And anyone who follows, you know, feel free, drop me a message or whatever, because if you think your channel is going to be useful to me, or at least to go and have a follow or listen or whatever, that'd be great. It'd be really good to expand a little bit of a community and, you know, start interacting with people, because I'm quite a sociable guy and, you know, quite a people person, so that'll be great. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much, and guys and gals and whatever, and I look forward to catching you at episode 4, which I think we'll call the, you know, episode 4 the trip to tier 4, which I think will be the next milestone to aim for. Anyway, guys, thank you again, and yeah.